Ever stared at a long list of ACT vocabulary words and just felt completely lost? Well, what if I told you those words aren't a list you have to memorize, but a code that you can crack? In this explainer, we're going to ditch the flashcards and figure out how to solve the puzzle.
Yeah, take a look at this. Does it look familiar? I bet it does. And if you're looking at this list and your brain is starting to shut down, trust me, you are not alone. Trying to cram a random jumble of words is one of the hardest ways to learn, because your brain has no idea how to file them away. But that is all about to change.
Because here is the secret. This isn't really a list. It's a puzzle. And once you start to see the patterns, all the pieces just start clicking into place. Today, we are shifting our whole approach from mind-numbing memorization to actual, genuine understanding. So here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into this whole vocab puzzle concept. Then, we're going to break down our words into 3 simple themes: describing character, charting a legacy, and, believe it or not, the rules of language. And finally, we'll arm you with a strategic toolkit so you can conquer any list they throw at you. Our mission here is pretty simple, actually. We're going to transform that chaotic list into a logical structure. And the way we do that is by finding the hidden relationships between the words. All right, let's start sorting. Okay, our first group of words is all about people. These are words that describe different personalities, behaviors, and the way people interact with each other. I want you to think of them as the cast of characters in a story. Let's start with a classic contrast. You know, the odd couple. You've got the affable person. They're the friendly, easy-to-talk-to one at the party. And their total opposite? The aloof individual. That's the one kind of hanging back in the corner, seeming a little distant, a little reserved. So, to be affable just means you're genuinely friendly and easy to approach. People feel comfortable around you. It's the perfect word for that warm, welcoming kind of personality. And on the complete other end of the spectrum is aloof. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean someone is mean. It's more about being reserved, distant, kind of uninvolved. You see how learning these two as a pair makes them so much stickier? They basically define each other. So, how do our other character words fit into this little drama? Well, think about it. A person who is extremely affable might also be seen as vulnerable, right? Open and trusting, maybe easy to take advantage of. And because they want to be liked, they might find themselves succumbing, giving in to the pressure from a group. See? It's a mini story, not just a list. All right, our next little cluster of words tells an even bigger story. We're talking about the entire arc of a person's life, their career, and the impact they leave behind. This story starts with vitality. That's the spark, that energy and life force you have. With a lot of hard work, that vitality can lead to a prestigious or highly respected career. From there, a person might achieve prominence, becoming well-known and important. And for some true legends, their greatest recognition comes posthumously, after they're gone. But of course, let's be real, no one's life or career is a perfectly smooth ride to the top. There's almost always a wild card, an unpredictable element that can just change everything in an instant. And that wild card is the word volatile. A volatile situation, or a volatile career, is unstable and can swing wildly, often for the worse. It's the perfect word to represent all those challenges someone might face on the path to prominence. It adds that little dose of reality to our story. So, we've gone from the stories of people to the story of language itself. Now, our final group is a little more technical, but don't panic. These are just the building blocks, the essential rules of the game that hold all our sentences together. Instead of getting bogged down in some dusty old grammar textbook, let's just give these words jobs. A conjunction, like and or but, its job is to be the connector. Simple. The predicate, that's the action part of the sentence. It tells you what the subject is doing. And to adhere, well, that's the glue. It means to stick to something, whether it's a belief, a plan, or in this case, the rules of grammar. So, by organizing all those random words into 3 memorable little stories, we've done way more than just learn definitions. We've actually unlocked a super powerful method that you can use on any list, again and again. And this right here, this is the most crucial takeaway. Effective learning isn't about brute force. It's about being a detective, finding the logic and creating connections until all that abstract stuff finally makes sense. So here it is, your new 3-step strategy. Step 1, group. Take any random list and sort it into thematic clusters. Step 2, connect. Find the story or the relationship that links those words together. And finally, step 3, Conquer. Own the vocabulary not by just memorizing it, but by truly understanding it. We just turned a really daunting list into a puzzle, and we solved it by finding the stories hiding inside. So the question for you now is, what other lists can you conquer with this method? The next time you face a wall of words, don't just see a list, see a puzzle that's just waiting to be solved.